Baby, let me tell you, what I know is that this season is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. I am your girl, Talisa Ray, lifestyle coach. We are reviewing Married at First Sight, season 12, episode number 2. Hello, stranger. Listen, if you're new here, I go couple by couple, not scene by scene, because it'd be so confusing, back and forth, back and forth. But fortunately for us, they set it up for us couple by couple. And the first couple we see is Ryan and Clara. We pick up where we left off. They are at the altar holding hands with their blindfolds on. Now, I know some of y'all was like, y'all like this, but I still don't like it. It caused me a little bit of anxiety. Who told him that he could do this? Like, how did you make this decision to have this kind of control, like, without consulting me? But listen, it worked out well for them. It seemed like they were like shocked at how each other looked, and that's my thing. Like, being able to get a full view of you from head to toe as I'm walking down the aisle and vice versa is huge for me. Nevertheless, when their friends and, you know, the section where it's their friends and family want you to know this about them, they actually gave all the best qualities, and I feel like that's what they did for everybody except for one person, and we'll get there when we get there. But you know, the one thing that I caught though for Clara is that make sure you give her independence. She needs that autonomy. She needs that time by herself. Oh, I need my hair done, child. It's coming. It's real thick right now. Real thick. Ryan's vows moved me, right? Because at first I was like, why are you being weird? You've always been there, right? You know, when my first this and my first that, when I moved away and blah blah blah. But then he hit us with, you weren't physically there, but you were there in spirit. Like, these are things that I would have wanted to share with you. It still might have been weird for some of y'all, but it was very touching to me. Like, he's always known that he wanted to have this committed kind of relationship and love, and these are the experiences that he would have shared with them. That's how with their significant other, right? So that's how I gathered it. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you thought. Did you think it was weird? Did you like that style? I liked it. I also thought Clara's vows were very clever. How she integrated the advice of other people. Like, do this and do that. I thought that was super clever, and then ended it with a quote. Now, I ain't write down everything because these be long for me anyway, and why do that to y'all? So they gave a real kiss, right? And then we see them after the vows, and the first question Clara has is, what's my last name? And he's like, Oubre, right? And she was like, Oubre, I asked for something that I didn't have to learn how to spell, like Smith, Green, Black, Johnson, Jones, anything simple. But Oubre is what it is. What we find is that he is Creole, that they are from Louisiana. So, you know, her name ain't Sierra. Clara thinks that he is attractive. She is attracted to him, and it's that thing she asked for, the ambiguity in ethnicity and height. I mean, I don't know if he's 6 feet, doesn't look like it when he stands like next to other people, but he is taller than her. Clara asked, what's the one thing that you asked for? And he said, you said it in your vows that you will call me out on my BS because that's what I need, and I would provide the same for you. When Ryan asked her what her biggest fear was, I was like, come on, vulnerability. Come on, open and honest. Come on and throw it out there and see how it lands. Because she was like, that I would fall in love with you and you would not feel the same. That is a genuine fear. And if you know how to communicate and articulate that well already and understand how openness is required for your relationship to be successful, like, I'm all here for it. So I actually think right now that they are vibing really well. Let me not go too far. Hold on. Their conversation seems to flow together. You see it in the photos that they're taking. They seem at ease and at comfort with one another. She's all in. She said she likes him a lot, and she's all in. Like, you made the commitment to do it, so you have that. You see that their first dance though they don't know one another well, it seems to be like they are connecting. You see continuous conversation to the point where they almost miss the DJ saying, Ryan and Clara, it's your first dance, right? They almost missed that because they were so entwined in the conversation, engulfed, involved in the conversation, present in the conversation that they were having between the two of them. Well, he did get a glimpse of her extraness when her girlfriends came over. You know, she was talking about her bodice was too tight on the dress and how she wanted to wear, can y'all go get my tennis shoes? Where are my tennis shoes? How she wanted to wear tennis shoes down the aisle, but she couldn't. And it was just a lot. Like, this is what I say when I mean a lot. Like, he talks about, she tells him that she feels like he's outgoing and confident because, you know, we'll work well. I'm all like, you guys are different types. Like, she is going to require a lot of attention. Like, and some of us do, right? I'm not one of those people. Chad, his brother, the best man, gives a speech. We didn't get to see it, so it must not have been too great. Because they normally show us, like, the good speeches. Because Clara's dad was funny. And, you know, shit, she's a chatterbox. She can be a bit of a chatterbox. And then Ryan's grooming, I don't remember what his name was just like, you know, very complimentary about, you know, how he shows up and he's intentional and purposeful, which is what we want in relationships. So if that's who he is outside of, like, that's his regular everyday with friends, with family, work, commitment, like, you can expect that with him going forward. Now, as it relates to Ryan and Clara right now, they seem to be meshing really well, gelling really well. I'm liking the comfortability that the two of them have in getting to know one another. And like her father said, she has never met a stranger, and so she'll come out of the bathroom with a whole new friend. And I think that is, you can see that that's attributed here to her outgoing personality and her ability to be outgoing. So I think that they may help one another, you know, maybe he'll tone her down and maybe she'll bring him out and they'll have an equal balance. Y'all, what do you think of them thus far as a couple? I also saw, you know, he was like, damn, like, listen, nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to be everything you want them to be. But if the bad stuff is tolerable, you're winning. I don't think that Clara is intolerable, insufferable, that the things that she does and says are going to require, you know, extra effort. It's nothing. She just talks a lot. She just has a lot to express, right? Okay. So the next couple that we see is Virginia and Erik. Honey, Virginia is an alcoholic waiting to happen. Like, I don't want to call her that because I don't know her. It's just her everyday life. We're going to find out soon enough. But, honey, the girl wants a shot as soon as we get in there. Her friends are like, that's not surprising. And another shot, and some champagne, and another shot. Honey, before she even gets to the wedding, she is a little toasted. But, you know, just listening to Erik and the things that he wants, I'm all like, this party girl vibe, like, she might check boxes in other places, but this party girl getting drunk kind of thing is not what he was looking for. It is going to be a problem in their relationship. He let us know that his first wife was just for formalities so that she could live with him while he was on the military base. Now, who do that shit? I guess people do it all the time. You be alone and shit. She need a place to stay. You cute enough. I like you. We laugh. We gonna get married. I also noticed that Erik's dad is more of an optimist than his mom. His mom kind of reminds me of, like, the witch on The Wizard of Oz. I can't say the Wiz because she ain't black. I'm glad to see that Virginia's people show up for her. Her mom, her stepdad, her mom with the purple magenta in her hair to match, I guess, the wedding colors, the stepdad, the dad, the stepmom. I'm glad that they all show up for them. I also like that Erik introduced himself to the mothers, because that's one thing I said last week that Ryan didn't do, that I'm not a fan of. Like, I get that you're nervous, but help your nerves, because these mamas, they're watching you. When they are about to walk out, you can see, like, Virginia is full of the giggles, okay? Like, and a little extra and over the top. Number one, because she's nervous, right? There's some anxiety about meeting this new man at the end of the altar, at the end of the aisle. And then she's drunk, like inebriated. Okay, maybe she ain't drunk yet. Loose. So all of that is playing a role in what her personality is like now. And I wonder, does she get drunk so that she can mask who she really is? He sees her walk down the aisle and you can tell that he is definitely attracted to her. Like, smiles. He probably is like, oh, I got a winner. I'm winning. And compliments her immediately. You're beautiful. Both of them give traditional like vows, like, you know, shit that we all can pull out the hat. Something somebody could, you know, just, you know, nothing clever about them like Ryan and Clara's, right? But we knew that they were clever just from based on the gifts, the wedding gifts that they exchanged. They give a real kiss. Because remember now, what's her face? Virginia had said, they talked about, oh, how he kisses me, and if it's gonna be bad, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna go in. And I feel like she was more of the aggressor when it came to the kiss, and she continued being the aggressor, being touchy-feely. And I don't know if she touchy-feely and like him because she is drunk, inebriated, or is it because she genuinely finds him attractive? Like, so when she sobers up, is she going to feel differently about the way he looks? Because, baby, he ain't got no neck. Necks are important. Baby, he ain't got no neck. He got some shoulders and then a head. Like, So she says that she's attracted to him. She feels like they are compatible. Girl, you don't know nothing about him yet. Talking about y'all compatible. Y'all ain't compatible yet. Hold up. She even said, I packed us a little cooler to bring up to the room. It's full of liquor, okay? It ain't like food or something, it's liquor. Y'all know little coolers you bring be full of liquor. He was awkward and uncomfortable because that ain't really his judge. Like, how do you say right away? He's one of those people that I would hope is able to speak up for himself, because right now, it looks like he's just taking it all in. I don't know, I think that he will. I think that we're gonna see him talk about how he's not a fan of all of this. She talks about how it's easy and it's natural with him. Girl, it's because you drunk. Y'all know that when you be drunk, should be easy and natural, okay? You know that all your inhibitions go out the window. So, you know, talking to people and being around people and getting comfortable with people is easier because somehow your confidence level shoots up, right? All those other things that you think about, all your insecurities go away. And I kind of feel like that's the reason that she kind of drinks the way she does, because she does have some insecurities that she needs to lean into and work on. I wrote down, he's smitten with her until she's throwing up in the bathroom, where he finds out that she's really like a serious party goer, drinker. When they're sitting at the table, he asks her, what do you do for fun? And she's like, you know, she says all these activities, and then she's all like, you know, go out. And he's all like, well, what is going out? Is that like clubbing? Is that going to bars? And she's all like, not really bars, but clubbing. And you can see on his face that he's like, I also feel like she has no filter right now. Like, she talks about how they talk about how their families are traditional except for her and her siblings, that her sister has been gay for 15 years and the two boys are artificially inseminated. Why are you telling this to this man right now? You just met him. Does your sister, her sexuality and what she does, is that any of his business in this moment? I was like, oh yeah. When you be drunk, all the information come out. I also wanted to make mention that before they went into the reception, that she was like, oh, I need some wine. And he was standing over there looking at her like he's fidgeting with the ring, because number one, it's a foreign object, but number two, it's also a bit of like anxiousness, anxiety. It's sort of soothing, right? Because some shit is going on in your mind. Y'all know you get to fiddle in with shit when shit don't sit right with you. And that is exactly what's happening. That is exactly what's going on with Erik as he watches his new bride get drunk. I even noticed how he had water in his glass and she still was throwing back wine. I mean, if somebody's gonna be inebriated and an alcoholic and drunk all the time, you gotta have a designated driver. So at least that's what her husband's gonna be able to provide. The one thing though, in the speech that a friend of his gave, talk about how nice, you know, Mr. Thomas was, but Miss Donna, I'm gonna let you figure that out for yourself, which means she's a piece of work. She's a piece of work, and she probably gonna give you some trouble, okay? As it relates to Erik and Virginia, they're still, I feel like they're not going to make it. If she drinks like that continuously all the time, if it's a thing for her constantly, it's gonna be a problem, and he's not gonna be able to do it. She's gonna feel like he's trying to change her, excuse me, and he gonna feel like this ain't what I signed up for. So we gonna have to watch how this plays out, but this is a disaster. They are doomed in my eyes, for me, okay? Okay, so now let's talk Briana and Vincent. Okay, so Briana comes ready, honey, cornrows, so she can get her a natural sew-in to match her natural hair, you know, a little protective style, also so that she's kind of prepared for the honeymoon and not have to worry about what's happening with her hair. Her sister asks, like, what's next? What are the things that you're thinking of? What's gonna happen next? How do you feel? Kind of, you know, and she says, well, initially when we walk down the aisle, I hope I'm attracted to him. And she says it all the time so far. She's been saying and leading with, that's my problem, I'm shallow. She ain't saying it like that, but that's what it is. That's my problem. I look at the physical attraction before anything else, and that always ends up me in trouble. Also, you know, his voice is important to me, how he sounds. Now listen, y'all might think that that's weird, but for me, it is not. I don't really have a masculine voice, but I have a very strong voice, right? A very assertive voice. And I feel like if your voice is softer than mine, I have a problem, okay? I need a man that has a little bass in his voice, that knows how to say what he wants in confidence. Listen, I don't like no soft ass voices. I don't. That's my own thing. But if I like you, I might be like, I want to hear your voice more often. I might be like, it's cool that I don't hear your voice. Like, shallow. It's one of my shallow traits. Vincent is extremely nervous. You can see it too when he's talking to the fellas. You know, he got a little bit of a belly, right? To be in his 20s, you know, but he's still a very attractive guy. And what I gather is that he has something to prove for his family. Like, not being raised, it sounds like his mother might have been a single mother, but he wasn't raised by her. Like, maybe he was raised by his grandmother. But he has something to prove that, you know, about a family unit, not having that and being present, you know. I think that that's the driving force for him. And like, he's like, I didn't want to have babies by different people. I wanted one wife to have all my kids with, period. She's nervous and talking to her mom, saying how, you know, I've never lived with a man, so how is this going to work? And the mom was like, you live with your sister. And she was like, she's not a man. No, ma'am, she's not, but she is just as difficult, okay? I think that that's what she means as it relates to, like, cleanliness. And she was like, you don't know nothing about this man and whether or not he's clean. Like, she's super OCD about this, very rigid about, like, cleaning. And I bet you everything has a place. I wonder if she's not a Virgo, she definitely has Virgo placement in her chart. I like to see Vincent's groomsmen praying for him. That was lovely for me. I love that he walked up to the mom, said hello, and, you know, spoke out loud, I'm nervous. And she said, don't be nervous. You don't be nervous. It's fine. You'll be fine. Come on, mama. Mama has already mamaed him, okay? Mama has already, like, okay, I don't know if y'all believe this to be true, but I do. Men, when they leave their, when they get married, they kind of gravitate, for the most part, not all of them, gravitate towards the wife's family. It's automatic. I got 2 boys, so I'm expecting them to be like, come see me, try to integrate me, especially if I'm, you know, still single as I am now. I'm sure they'll try and integrate me with their new love interest life. However, I feel like I'm fine. I'm okay. I like being by myself. But I don't know if you find that true. Let me know down below in the comments if you find it to be true that if you're married, your spouse has gravitated more to your family and family functions. And you do go to theirs, but it's more like, where my wife go, I go. Because I remember from my husband, that was big. Like when we first had to figure out Christmas situations or holiday situations, right? He was like, well, it's us, and what we decide is what it is. And I was like, bet, like, okay. But I was fair. I was fair. Nevertheless, I wrote down, after I wrote down that she was a little shallow. He's not. He has not said anything about, you know, looks or initial attraction. Like, he's looking for substance. How are you as a person? What is your character, your morals, your beliefs, your ethics? What does that look like? Because that's what makes you beautiful in my eyes. That's how I see him. And maybe now, because I'm all like, yes, right? So at first glance, you can see that they both are attracted to one another, find each other attractive. Like, and she goes on to tell us in her little personal confession that, you know, bald head, nice beard, like, I'm attracted to him, and check. You know what I'm saying? He still, I don't think he even mentioned anything. Oh, maybe he did. He did mention, I think, that she was pretty or something, right? Y'all, I can't remember. Anyway, let me see. Friends and family want you to know basically that she's bossy. She's bossy. She's bossy, she's bossy, she's bossy. Like, and you could see when they panned the audience, they were like, bossy. It's like her way or the highway. She even said that. I'm gonna have to figure out how for it not to be my way all of the time. Vincent's friends and family, though, wanted her to know that he is a man of faith, okay? And that he's about handling business. And the fact of the matter is, he'll handle something and then tell you about it later. So both of y'all bosses? Because she didn't look like, she was like, okay, but that was like a, okay, don't do that shit. You know, that's how I perceived it. Just knowing and listening to how, like, controlling and rigid and how she likes things her way. She would be one of those people that would be like, can we discuss before you go and just do something? Like, I know you're the man of the household, but no. I was moved by Vincent's vows. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not too sure about what I wrote, okay? But I think that he said something the father had meant for the two of us to come together. And as long as that we, you know, keep him in the forefront, this is me paraphrasing, but we can make it through all things. Listen, yeah, I don't know what I wrote. This looks like chicken scratch. The thing that I got from Briana was that she will always choose him. And if people think that we're crazy for doing this, at least we'll be crazy together. My part was that I choose you. For her and for him, it was, you know, this was destined by God. I also wrote down, they already talking with their eyes. You see them at because we getting ready to do, you can now salute your bride or whatever. You can see them like talking with their eyes, which I love. Like, I should be able to talk to you from a glance across the room. And if we're connecting in that capacity, because it's like we kissing, we not kissing, like, I love it. Vince is definitely attracted to her. When they get outside, she says, you know what, tell me a little bit about yourself. And he talks about how he loves to dance and do the bachata and the merengue. Like, listen, I'm going to have to teach you that, because you can't be coming to the functions and not know how to do the dances. Come on. Yes. Okay, that ain't really it, but kind of, sort of, maybe. I could do it when I'm watching somebody else. I can mimic you like no other. Now, there's a couple of things that stood out to me because Briana's showing that she is controlling. Poor Vincent was trying to help her with her train because it's hella long. And she's like, don't hold my train, hold my hand. Like, nigga, are you kidding me? And then, you know, she did mention that she felt comfortable because they intertwine hands like this versus like this, which for me is also a big deal. This shows that we are connected. This shows you're guiding me somewhere. And if you know anything about like subtle, like, gestures and like body gestures, I'm trying to think of body language, there we go. If your hand is on the outside, on the top, like when you're like, if this is it and this is the hand on the top, that's how you know who's the dominant in the relationship. It's all automatically the dominant person grabs on the top. Pay attention to when you hold your bouillabaisse hand and see whose hand is on the top, and is it true for you? Think about that. Is it true for your relationship? I read that somewhere, and it has been true for my relationships thus far. Even during the first dance, she was like, don't put your hand there, put your hand down lower. I was like, they're gonna be in the bedroom having sex, and she gonna be like, left, 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 right, left, like giving all kind of orders. Y'all, like, she seems like she's very particular and knows what she wants, which is great, right? But make sure to make room for other people in the process. Make sure to make room for your spouse and what they want and what their boundaries and expectations are. Like, yes, consider them too, right? When he asks her about, like, do you cook? And she's like, I cook to eat. Meaning, no, I don't cook. I don't throw down in the kitchen, right? And not only that, I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat chicken. Like, you can tell Vincent is a little bit taken aback because Vincent eats. His family cooks. They don't just cook, they probably throw down with all of them Dominican delicacies, you know, cuisines and shit. So the last thing we see is about kind of, they dance. I talked about the dance, move your hand here, right? They seen them dance and mesh well, kind of, right? And then you see the toast. And Briana's friend basically says, listen, this is the family you're getting a great family, etc. But keep in mind, if you break her heart, we're gonna have to fight. And the cousin comes up and he's all like, Vince is about faith, family, and focus. So yeah. Oh, also they talked about like his job. I think he was a little nervous about sharing it, but she was excited to hear that he was a broker and an entrepreneur. Like, that was good, because I thought financially that maybe because she too wants a man who is financially stable, that it would be prove some type of issue for her. There's something else I thought about. I thought about the dad. Like, his whole face the whole time was very stoic. Like, I'm only here because my daughter got married and this is stupid. But maybe that's not the case. I feel like there was something else that I needed to say. I'm sure if I missed something, you guys will let me know down below in the comments. But as it relates to them, I think that she's a bit controlling. And he is very calm, cool, and collected. But I think that he might have like just a little bit of a mean streak that might show up. Oh, I know. One of the things I thought was that he's super attractive. Like, she's a beautiful girl, right? But he's super attractive, and he looks better than her. Like, he makes the, like, you know how you see a couple and you be like, oh, they're attractive, but one person is more attractive, and for me it is Vincent. She's beautiful though. I told y'all from the beginning, but seeing them together, I'm all like, and maybe it's the wide nose. I got a thing about wide noses, big noses, bald heads, and beards. Yeah, I'm just saying. We did get to see a bit of Paige and Chris, train wreck number 2, but really, I was really thinking, Paige is fucking delusional. Excuse my French, but not really. She is delusional. She's very nonchalant about the whole situation and is like, God has brought us together. I have manifested this relationship. Like, her friends are like, you're not concerned about nothing, girl? Nothing? No, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. I know God would not have brought me to this. Girl, if you, listen, no, God would not bring you to stuff. Sometimes he does learning lessons, right? But open up your eyes, because he ain't make no fools either. Like, is she confident or is she naive? Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you think. And I wrote, Chris and his money song are really getting on my nerves. The women only want me for my money. That's why I haven't met nobody. Blah, 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 blah. Like, turn that music off. I don't like it. And I don't like that he's consistently talking about how, you know, if she's not attractive, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So they do have, he did send her a pre-wedding gift. She didn't send him one because nobody told her like that's etiquette. But he sends her a cute little infinity necklace that she wears on the day of to wear down the aisle. Like, which is a very thoughtful gift, Chris. I'm gonna give you that, because I still don't like you though, okay? I still don't see it, but I thought that the gift was thoughtful. He's a man of faith. He's praying their family is praying ahead of time. You know, he goes out and he reaches, you know, speaks to the mom, and, you know, tells her she's beautiful, and I'm all like, this nigga is so full of shit. Like, he's just doing what niggas do. Like, and I'm probably gonna tell you the truth, I'm probably gonna use nigga all season long, okay? Don't be mad at me, and it's just what it is, right? So, like I said, in the beginning, like I said, he was like, I don't know if I'm not attracted to her initially attracted to her when she comes down the aisle. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So, Paige comes around that corner, walks down the aisle with the two fellas, probably a stepdad and a dad, walking her down the aisle, and you see him mouth, oh shit. Oh shit, I don't like her. Oh shit, she ain't my type. Oh shit, I know her. I don't think that he's attracted to her. I don't know. I think Paige is beautiful. I think her smile is beautiful. I was watching it with my sister by love, and she was like, I don't think he likes her. And I was like, you don't? I was, you know, y'all know me, I'm real rational, like maybe this and maybe that and maybe this. But I think that he might not be. We're gonna have to wait until next week to see. They knew what they were doing by putting Chris shallow ass down below and making him last, right? So I don't know, y'all. I'm still like, this relationship ain't gonna work. So when we do a quick little recap, I'm actually looking at Ryan and Clara, and I'm all like, I think they might make it. They might be the second couple to make it, because so far I don't really see any real issues yet, but we got to wait. We got to wait till we get on the honeymoon and we get home. When I think about Virginia and Erik, I'm just waiting on the train to crash, right? Derailed. I think about Briana and Vincent, and I think that they will work as long as they both continue to make effort, as long as she really chooses him and makes room for him and realizes that the relationship does not revolve around her. I think that they will make it. We haven't seen Haley and Jacob yet. And then we have Paige and Chris. We already know, like, this looks like it you know, they match on paper, right? I know last week I'm all like, if they do the work, if Chris gets out of his own way, and if she gets her head out the clouds and they really work together, I said that they might work. What I heard in the comments is that he got a baby on the way, and that it plays out in the middle of the season. I'm wondering if that's true. Do y'all know anything about that? And then there's Haley and Jacob. I'm just gonna reserve what I think about them until next time, because I don't have enough information. I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my Married at First Sight review. If it's your first time visiting my channel, listen, let me know down below in the comments that it's your first time. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the show. Let me know down below in the comments that you're gonna come back. Then click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Become part of my family. Click the like button and share so that the algorithms know that I'm the shit, yo. I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.